Chosen one, you are not here by accident. This is divine timing, heaven's appointment written before your birth. The Spirit of God led you to this very moment because a supernatural transfer is unfolding. What's been locked in the heavens is about to be released into your hands. You've been prepared, refined, and positioned for a divine wealth release unlike any before. The Lord says in Deuteronomy 8:18, "It is I who give you power to get wealth." Chosen one, the atmosphere around you is shifting, your weapon is awakening, and your breakthrough begins now. Segment 1. The Divine Awakening. Chosen one, take a breath. Slow down for a moment. This is not a random video. It's not coincidence. You were meant to be here. Heaven has drawn you into this very moment because something inside you is being awakened, something ancient, powerful, and divine. You've been feeling it for a while now, that quiet stirring in your spirit, that sense that life as you've known it is shifting. It's not confusion, it's calling. That restlessness inside you isn't a flaw, it's a holy signal from heaven saying, it's time. You've reached the threshold of a new season, and this message is heaven's confirmation that what you carry cannot stay dormant any longer. Chosen one, for too long you've mistaken your isolation for abandonment. You've asked, why me? Why is my road so heavy? But hear this, heaven hides what it values most. You've been in a divine concealment season. God wasn't rejecting you. He was protecting what he was perfecting. Every closed door, every lonely night, every unanswered prayer, they were chisels, shaping your spirit into something that could hold more glory than you can yet imagine. Nothing about your life has been accidental. The places you've walked through weren't punishment, they were preparation. The delays were divine. The silence was training. The waiting was not wasted time. It was refining time. You've been forged in fire, and that's why you don't break easily anymore. The enemy's attacks have been fierce, not because you're weak, but because you're loaded with spiritual weight. Hell fears what's inside you, even when you can't see it yourself. Chosen one. There is a weapon within you that no one else on earth possesses. It's not visible to the eye, but it's unmistakable in the spirit realm. You've felt it, that pull toward purpose, that knowing that there's something about you that doesn't quite fit the world's pattern. You were not made to blend in. You were designed to stand out, to disrupt darkness, to shift atmospheres just by being present. Every hardship you faced has been connected to that weapon. The betrayals, the rejections, the misunderstandings, they were all attempts to make you doubt your value, to silence your sound before it could shake the earth. But you're still standing. That's proof enough that the hand of God is still upon you. I've learned something about divine warfare, chosen one. The stronger the calling, the stranger the path. The greater the weapon, the deeper the fire that forms it. Maybe you've wondered why life seemed harder for you than others, why your battles felt heavier, your lessons sharper. It's because you're not being prepared for a normal assignment. You're being prepared to carry something the world has never seen before, a heavenly power wrapped in human skin. You see, heaven doesn't choose the most impressive, it chooses the most surrendered. And that's where your power has always been, in your heart that refuses to quit. You've prayed through nights that broke others. You've forgiven people who never said sorry. You've loved through betrayal, and you've kept faith alive when everything around you fell apart. That's not weakness, that's divine resilience. That's the mark of someone chosen by God. And now the timing has shifted. The waiting is over. The season of concealment is ending, and the season of release is beginning. Heaven is calling your name again, not to impress, not to perform, but to arise. You've been trained by fire, and now the fire inside you is about to speak. So, chosen one, lift your head. You've been through too much to doubt what's coming next. This is not just your breakthrough, it's your unveiling. The world is about to witness what God planted in you before the beginning of time. You are not ordinary. You are not behind. You are heaven's secret weapon, and your moment has come. Segment 2. The Sacred Assignment, Chosen One. Listen carefully. Heaven did not place you here to simply survive. You were sent to reign in your lane. There is a divine blueprint written over your life that existed long before you took your first breath. You are not an afterthought in God's design. You are strategy. You are heaven's answer to a problem on this earth. Everything you've walked through was connected to that assignment. The heartbreak, the delay, the closed doors, all of it had purpose. While others may have looked at your life and seen chaos, heaven saw construction. The pieces that didn't make sense were being aligned for a supernatural reveal. Because when God builds a foundation strong enough to carry legacy, He doesn't rush. Chosen One. Your life has been proof that divine timing doesn't bow to human timelines. You've watched others move ahead while you remained still. You've seen doors swing open for people who didn't carry half your faith. But heaven never forgot you. You weren't being denied, you were being prepared for a stage your character could sustain. You see, destiny isn't delayed when it's divine, it's being fortified. And now you're standing at the edge of a transfer, not just spiritual, but supernatural. Heaven is moving wealth, favor, and opportunity into the hands of those who have been faithful in the shadows. You are one of them. You've been through the breaking, but now comes the building. You've been through the pruning, but now comes the blooming. This is your moment of divine release. There's something sacred about the way heaven rewards obedience. It's quiet. It's personal. It rarely comes through the people you expected to bless you. It comes through divine surprise. And when it happens, it's unmistakable. Doors that were sealed tight for years suddenly swing open. Connections appear that money can't buy. Favor finds you even when you're not looking for it. That's what happens when heaven says, now. I've lived through this shift myself. I remember the years when I gave, prayed, and sowed without seeing fruit. I remember wondering if I was forgotten. But looking back, I see it, the tests, the pruning, the molding. God was preparing me to hold what I once only dreamed of. And when it finally came, it didn't come in small portions, it overflowed. That's what's coming to you. Chosen One, overflow. Not just enough to survive, but more than enough to bless others. You may not see it yet, but something in the spirit has already turned. The same attacks that once drained you are now confirming what's on the horizon. Hell doesn't fight what isn't a threat. The warfare has intensified because heaven has authorized your release. You're stepping into a season where what resisted you will now recognize you. The opposition that once intimidated you will now validate you. Chosen One. The reason God hid you was so that no one could take credit for your rising. When your blessing manifests, they'll have no choice but to say, this had to be God. And you will smile because you'll know it was never luck. It was never coincidence. It was always divine orchestration. So walk boldly now. Stop apologizing for the power you carry. Stop dimming your light so others can stay comfortable in their darkness. You were made to shine. You were made to stand out. You were made to awaken others by simply walking in truth. Heaven's order is clear. This is your appointed time. Everything that was withheld is being released. Every no that crushed your spirit is about to be replaced with a divine yes. What you lost in the last season will return, multiplied peace for your pain, clarity for your confusion, abundance for your obedience. Chosen One. Heaven is moving. You don't have to strive anymore. You only need to step into alignment. Your assignment is sacred. Your calling is real. And your moment, your long-awaited God-orchestrated moment, is unfolding right now. Segment 3. The Hidden Weapon, Chosen One. Now we need to talk about what truly sets you apart. the weapon inside you, the one heaven placed there long before you were born. It's not a sword, it's not a title, it's not something you can hold or show off. It's a divine force that moves through your obedience, something unseen but unmistakable. You've always felt it, haven't you? That quiet strength that rises when everyone else gives up. That voice inside that tells you to keep going even when logic says stop. That's not motivation, that's spiritual ignition. That's the power of God breathing through your human frame. The world doesn't recognize it, but heaven calls it your weapon. When you speak truth in a world built on lies, that's your weapon. When you choose love over bitterness, that's your weapon. When you forgive instead of retaliate, when you pray instead of panic, when you bless instead of curse, that's your weapon in full motion. You've been fighting differently because you were never meant to fight like everyone else. You are not of this world, and neither are the tools you use. But understand this, every weapon must be forged before it's used. Every sword must first go through the fire, and that's what the last few seasons have been. You weren't being destroyed, you were being shaped. You weren't losing your edge, you were being sharpened in secret. Chosen one, do you realize that the same storms that came to break you were actually polishing your blade? The very tears you cried became oil, the kind that anoints, the kind that makes you dangerous to darkness. That's why your pain carried purpose. God was turning your wounds into wisdom, your sorrow into strategy. I know what that fire feels like. I've walked through it myself. The kind of pain that makes you question if heaven still remembers your name. The kind of nights where all you can do is whisper, God, I'm still here. But that whisper, that faith that refuses to die, that was your weapon training. Heaven heard it. The moment you didn't give up, the moment you kept your faith alive, you proved that you could carry what's coming next. And now, chosen one, that weapon is ready. Heaven has tested its edge. Hell has seen its glow. You're not walking into this next season unarmed. You're walking in fully equipped. You've got peace that confuses the enemy. You've got faith that moves mountains. You've got discernment sharper than before. You've got authority you didn't even know you carried. And here's the mystery. Your weapon doesn't just destroy, it restores, it builds, it heals. When you walk into a room and peace settles, that's your weapon. When you open your mouth and wisdom flows, that's your weapon. You don't even have to announce it, the spirit world already recognizes you. The reason your battles were so strange is because your weapon is rare. You were never meant to fight on familiar ground. The war around you was not about what you lost. It was about what you carry. Every attack was the enemy's attempt to keep you from discovering the truth that you are a spiritual key chosen to unlock freedom for others. So from this moment forward, don't see your tears as weakness. See them as water, heaven's way of baptizing your power. Don't see your scars as shame. See them as proof that you survived the furnace and came out refined, not ruined. Chosen one, this is your unveiling season. You've been hidden long enough. The weapon inside you is fully formed. Now it's time to let it speak. Walk with confidence, pray with authority, move with purpose. Because when you do, darkness trembles. You are no longer waiting for your weapon, you are the weapon. And heaven just gave the order, release it. Segment 4, the season of revelation. Chosen one, listen closely. You've carried this divine power for years, sometimes aware of it, sometimes not. But this is the season when heaven unveils what has been hidden. The things that once confused you are about to make sense. Every delay, every disappointment, every detour, they were all part of a divine equation. God wasn't ignoring you, He was aligning you. For a long time, it felt like you were moving backward. You prayed, you served, you gave, and still faced setback after setback. You asked, why does it seem like others move faster while I'm standing still? The truth is, chosen one, you were being rooted while others were being rushed. You can't build a tower of glory on shallow soil. Heaven needed to deepen your foundation because the weight of what's coming is greater than you think. You've been hidden not to be forgotten, but to be fortified. While others chased visibility, you were being made valuable. You were being purified so that when you rise, no counterfeit spirit could claim the credit. That's why your process has been so private and your warfare so personal. The higher the calling, the deeper the cleansing. But hear me, revelation is here. You're about to see why the enemy worked so hard to break you. He saw this moment coming. He saw the glow forming in your spirit, the authority building in your voice. He knew that once you discovered who you are, you would become unstoppable. That's why the attacks intensified before the release. It was his last attempt to bury you before heaven crowned you. Chosen one revelation is not just information, it's awakening. It's when heaven whispers to your soul, you were never ordinary. It's when your eyes open and you see that every storm was strategy, every rejection was redirection, every no was a setup for a greater yes. Do you remember those times when you almost gave up, when you whispered through tears, I can't do this anymore? Heaven heard that cry, not as weakness, but as surrender. That moment became the turning point in the spirit, because power flows not from pride, but from surrender. The moment you laid it all down, heaven picked it up. And now the tables are turning. The same people who questioned you will soon look to you for guidance. The same places that rejected you will request your presence. Not because you fought to prove them wrong, but because you stayed aligned with God long enough for His glory to speak for you. There's a divine reversal taking place. The first shall be last, and the last shall be first. Those who were hidden in humility are being brought forward in honor. You are one of them, chosen one. You've been faithful in obscurity. Now heaven is about to make your name echo. But don't misunderstand this moment. This revelation isn't just about elevation. It's about responsibility. You're not being lifted for recognition. You're being positioned for purpose. Heaven doesn't promote people, it promotes obedience. And you've proven through your scars, your endurance, and your quiet faith that you can carry this next level with grace. You're not the same person you were a year ago. You've grown quieter, wiser, more focused. You've learned to listen before you move, to pray before you speak, to discern before you decide. That maturity is evidence of your transformation, and heaven rewards growth with glory. Chosen one, as you step into this new season, you'll notice something. You won't have to chase doors anymore. They'll open when you arrive. You won't need to explain yourself to be understood. The anointing on your life will speak louder than your words ever could. So stand tall, move with peace, carry that weapon of faith like the crown it is, because now heaven is revealing what earth could never recognize: who you truly are. Segment 5. The Refining Fire. Chosen one, before heaven releases anything significant, it always passes through fire. The fire is not to destroy you, it's to define you. It's to burn away everything that cannot stand in your next season. Every chosen soul must walk through it. Every anointed vessel must be purified by it. You've already been through flames that would have consumed most people. Betrayal, heartbreak, confusion. Those weren't coincidences. Those were furnaces. And while others looked at your life and saw loss, heaven looked and saw refinement. Because in the spiritual realm, loss is never final. It's transformation in disguise. I know it hurt. You prayed and the answer didn't come. You gave and it seemed like nothing returned. You trusted people who ended up breaking your heart. You wondered if maybe you misheard God, if maybe this path wasn't really yours. But every time you tried to quit, something in your spirit whispered, keep going. That voice, that unshakable endurance, that was the proof that the fire was not destroying you. It was awakening you. Chosen one. The reason the enemy fought you so violently is because you carried fire that could not be extinguished. You've been tempered like steel, bent, stretched, tested but not broken. And now what you carry is pure. Your motives are cleaner. Your vision is clearer. Your dependence on God is stronger. You've been refined into a vessel that heaven can now trust with greater weight. You see, God doesn't release power into untested hands. He doesn't give divine wealth to those still ruled by ego. He doesn't open spiritual authority to those who can't handle rejection. That's why the fire came, to make sure what's inside you could hold what's coming next. And now you've passed the test. The very things that used to break you don't move you anymore. The same storms that once shook your faith now strengthen it. That's what fire does. It reveals authenticity. It shows who's real and who's just pretending. And you, chosen one, have proven that your faith is real. You've walked through hell and came out carrying heaven's fragrance. I remember my own fire. There was a season when I lost everything I thought I needed: people, money, direction, even confidence. I questioned everything. But in that emptiness I found something I had never known before: stillness. I learned that when everything else burns away, what remains is God. That's where I learned power isn't noise, it's presence. That's when the revelation came. The fire didn't come to end me, it came to equip me. That's exactly what's happening in your life. You've been asking for clarity, for breakthrough, for a sign. But what if the sign is the fire? What if the resistance you're feeling right now is proof that you're standing at the doorway of something divine? Fire only appears when transformation is near. And here's the truth most people never understand: when God refines you, He's not just preparing you, He's preparing your environment to receive you. The relationships that ended, the opportunities that fell through, the people who walked away, they weren't your loss. They were God's way of clearing the atmosphere. Because what you carry next can't mix with what's expired. Chosen one, you are stepping into a cleaner space, spiritually, emotionally, and even physically. You'll notice it. Certain places will no longer feel comfortable. Certain conversations will feel too small. That's not pride, that's discernment. It's heaven's way of signaling that your frequency has changed. You've been refined into gold, and gold doesn't belong in places that settle for bronze. This next chapter will not require your struggle, it will require your alignment. You won't have to force things anymore. You'll move by flow, not fight. Because after the fire comes favor. So don't curse the flames that made you. Thank them. They taught you how to burn without breaking. They taught you that survival is not your story, resurrection is. Chosen one, you've been purified for purpose. You've walked through the refining fire and emerged carrying something heaven can now use: a heart that's humble, a weapon that's sharp, and a spirit that's unstoppable. The fire was your initiation, now comes your elevation. The same flames that tried to consume you have become the light that will guide others out of their darkness. And that's the mystery of God: what once hurt you will now heal through you. Segment 6. The divine transfer chosen. 1. The refining fire was never the end, it was the setup. The same season that broke you was preparing you to receive what's about to be released. Heaven has been shifting resources, realigning connections, and opening doors in the unseen. And now the divine transfer is here. When I say divine transfer, I'm not just talking about money, though that is part of it. I'm talking about the transference of spiritual authority, divine favor, and kingdom positioning. The kind that changes not just your bank account, but your atmosphere. The kind that moves you from survival into dominion. You've prayed for it. You've cried for it. Now heaven is saying it's time. For years you've been faithful with little. You've obeyed when it made no sense. You gave when you had almost nothing left. You forgave when it would have been easier to harden your heart. Every act of obedience became a deposit in heaven's treasury, and the moment has arrived for the release. Heaven operates by timing, not talent, and your timing has finally aligned. This transfer isn't about luck, it's about divine order. The wealth of heaven is shifting toward the hands of those who carry integrity, humility, and spiritual authority. That's you, chosen one. You are part of heaven's redistribution plan. But hear this isn't just about material blessing, it's about responsibility. God isn't blessing you so you can boast. He's blessing you so you can build. You are being resourced to restore. Heaven's wealth always has an assignment attached to it. The resources coming to you will serve a purpose far greater than your comfort. They will establish the kingdom through your obedience. I've seen it before. People who once struggled to survive suddenly find themselves managing abundance, not because they chased it, but because they were trusted with it. The anointing attracts provision. When your spirit is aligned with God's will, heaven ensures that lack cannot hold you hostage. Chosen one. The divine transfer is already in motion. The things that once resisted you are now responding to your name. Opportunities are being unlocked, debts are being erased, and divine connections are being sent. Heaven is orchestrating meetings you didn't schedule, doors you didn't knock on, and blessings you didn't ask for, because this time you don't have to strive, you simply have to stand. There's a verse that says, "The blessing of the Lord makes rich, and he adds no sorrow with it." That's the kind of wealth heaven is about to release, not the kind that drains you, but the kind that strengthens you. Not the kind that comes from manipulation or control, but the kind that flows from peace. You see, the enemy used to attack you in your finances, your confidence, and your relationships because he knew those were the areas through which God planned to bless you. But he's out of time. The gates have opened, and what belongs to you is being returned with interest. There are divine investors, people, opportunities, and open doors being drawn to your energy right now. Not because of who you are in the natural, but because of what you carry in the spirit. You've become magnetic to heaven's abundance. Favor recognizes its reflection, and it's finding you. Chosen one. This is not the season to shrink back or apologize for God's goodness. You've paid the price in faith and in tears. You've endured your training quietly. Now the same God who hid you is about to showcase you. The divine transfer isn't random, it's reward. So lift your eyes. The waiting season has ended. What was once withheld is being released. What was once delayed is now being delivered. You are stepping into your inheritance, not borrowed, not begged for, but ordained. Heaven's wealth, wisdom, and wonder are being transferred into your life. The only thing left to do now, chosen one, is to receive. Segment 7. The unveiling of authority. Chosen one, you've prayed for breakthrough, you've waited for change, and now the atmosphere around you is responding. But what heaven is releasing in this hour is not just blessing, it's authority. You're stepping into a dimension where you no longer chase what belongs to you, you command it. Authority isn't loud, it doesn't need to prove itself. It's the quiet confidence that walks into chaos and brings peace. It's the ability to speak a word and watch things align. This is the realm God has been preparing you for, a season where your words, your presence, and your faith carry supernatural weight. You may not have noticed it yet, but the evidence is already showing. People are starting to listen differently when you speak. You're sensing things before they happen. Environments shift when you enter. That's not coincidence, that's kingdom activation. Heaven is confirming that your weapon has matured. You see, authority in the Spirit is not granted through titles or platforms. It's forged through surrender, tested through adversity, and proven through obedience. Every battle you endured, every storm you survived, every moment you chose faith instead of fear, those were your credentials. Heaven saw your endurance and wrote your name on the scroll of dominion. And now, chosen one, you're walking in a realm where your words matter. You will speak, and chains will break. You will declare, and doors will open. Not because you're powerful in yourself, but because heaven has chosen to move through you. This is divine partnership, heaven's authority clothed in human humility. But authority also demands responsibility. It means learning when to speak and when to stay silent. It means understanding that not every battle deserves your response. Some victories are won by stillness. Some breakthroughs happen when you simply hold your peace and let God reveal what He's already decreed. I've learned that true authority isn't about controlling outcomes, it's about carrying presence. When you walk in alignment with heaven, you don't need to fight for recognition. Glory recognizes you. You don't chase influence, influence flows through you. You don't demand validation. Heaven itself becomes your confirmation. This is why your humility has been tested so fiercely. Before God could elevate you, He had to ensure pride would have no place to hide. That's why He stripped away everything you thought made you strong, to show you that real power doesn't come from position, but from posture. The posture of surrender, the posture of prayer, the posture of quiet confidence in God's plan. Chosen one. Understand this: when you walk in divine authority, you become a living decree. You don't just quote promises, you embody them. You don't just talk about faith, you manifest it. Every step you take becomes a prophetic act. Every conversation becomes a divine appointment, and every obstacle becomes an opportunity for glory. The enemy knows this. That's why he's been whispering fear, doubt, and insecurity to make you forget what you carry. But it's too late. You've already crossed over. The same fire that refined you now surrounds you as a hedge. Demons recognize your voice now. The darkness that once intimidated you now flees from you. You've become what you were born to be, a vessel of light, armed with heavenly authority. You'll soon notice how effortlessly things begin to move. People will say, "How did that happen for you so fast?" They won't understand that you're not operating in normal time anymore. You're walking in kingdom timing. What used to take years will happen in moments. What was once out of reach will now flow toward you, because heaven doesn't delay what's already been authorized. But with this authority comes divine discernment. Not everyone who celebrates you can handle your calling. Some were part of your training, not your unveiling. You must learn to protect your peace, guard your anointing, and stay aligned with the voice that brought you here. Don't let applause distract you from assignment. Chosen one, you are not entering just a new season, you are entering a new dimension. The realm of influence, power, and spiritual dominion. The weapon inside you has been sharpened, the fire has proven you, and the transfer has equipped you. Now heaven is saying, walk in it. You are not the same person who started this journey. You are carrying an atmosphere now. The world won't fully understand it, but creation does. Heaven does. Hell does. And from this point forward, when you speak, they will listen. Because your authority is not borrowed, it's born. Segment 8. The call to rise and reign. Chosen one, this is the moment heaven has been preparing you for. Everything you've endured, every tear, every prayer whispered in silence, it all leads here. You've been through the crushing, the refining, and the unveiling. Now the call is simple: rise and reign. You are not entering a season of survival. You are entering a season of dominion. The world is shifting, systems are breaking, and heaven is raising a new generation of light carriers, and you are one of them. You've been armed not to blend in, but to transform the very atmosphere around you. Your presence will no longer be quiet background energy. It will be a divine announcement that heaven has invaded earth. Chosen one, you've been entrusted with something rare, a spiritual weapon forged by fire, tempered by faith, and sealed by purpose. And the time has come to use it. This doesn't mean fighting people. It means confronting darkness with light fear, with truth, despair, with faith. It means standing where others fall, speaking when others stay silent, and shining when the world grows dim. Heaven is counting on your yes, not your perfection, not your performance, your surrender. Because when a surrendered vessel walks in authority, entire atmospheres shift. You've already seen it in glimpses, when your peace calms chaos, when your words bring healing, when your faith ignites hope in others. These are not coincidences, they are confirmations. Proof that the weapon within you is active. I know you might still feel unqualified. You might still look at your past and wonder, can God really use me after everything? Hear me clearly, yes. He's not asking for perfection. He's asking for permission. He wants to move through you to let your life become a mirror of His power and grace. The world doesn't need another flawless hero, it needs a faithful vessel, and that's who you are. From this day forward, you can't afford to think small. You can't keep walking as though you're powerless. Heaven has given you authority, resources, and vision. Now you must walk in them. You're being positioned for influence in places you once felt unworthy to enter. You're being sent into environments where your very presence will dismantle strongholds. This is not ambition, this is assignment. The weapon inside you isn't meant to stay hidden anymore. It's time to release it. Speak with faith, move with boldness, pray with power, create with conviction, lead with compassion. Every gift you've been given, your voice, your wisdom, your creativity, your ability to love, they are all extensions of that divine weapon. Use them intentionally. And as you rise, remember this, your elevation is not just for you. Others will rise because you did. Entire families, communities, even nations will be impacted by your obedience. Your breakthrough will become someone else's blueprint. That's how heaven multiplies its glory through surrendered lives. Chosen one. You are not the same as before. The weight you feel right now is not pressure, it's presence. The trembling in your spirit is not fear, it's activation. Heaven is breathing on you again, whispering the same words spoken at the beginning of creation, "Let there be light," and through you that light will shine. So step forward, anointed one. Walk into the world with the fire of heaven burning in your soul. Speak truth without hesitation, love without limits. Move without fear, because the world needs what you carry, and heaven has already said yes. Your story is no longer about survival, it's about demonstration. You've been chosen to show what happens when God takes an ordinary life and turns it into a divine weapon. The time for hiding is over. The time for hesitation is over. Rise, chosen one. Let your light burn without apology. The weapon inside you has been released. Now let the world see it. Chosen one, as we come to the end of this message, let this moment seal what heaven has already begun. You are not watching from the outside anymore. You are standing in your Kairos moment, your appointed time. The weapon inside you has been activated, and the divine transfer is already in motion. Heaven's resources are aligning with your obedience. What was withheld is being released. What was delayed is being delivered. You are walking into a season where purpose, provision, and power converge, not by striving, but by surrender. The fire you feel stirring in your spirit right now is heaven's confirmation that you are ready. So lift your head, anointed one. Walk in the boldness of your calling. Move forward with reverence but without fear. The God who called you has armed you, and every step you take from here will echo with authority. You are not behind. You are right on time. Let this be your declaration: I was armed for this. Type it in the comments, not as routine, but as an act of faith, your yes to destiny. If this word has awakened something within you, stay connected. Subscribe, share, and let the message continue to move through you. Until we meet again, remain steadfast, stay pure, And remember, heaven has not forgotten you. You are chosen, anointed, and unstoppable, and this right here is only the beginning of your divine unveiling.